YouTube, what it do? There's A1. Please say that. A1 coming at you from the big dub network where we strive for the W's, where we learn from the L's. Today's discussion revolves around, did we draft for the present or did we draft for the future? And that was a question I was really asking myself what we were going to do prior to the draft. And as the outcome is here and we can sit back and observe what it actually looks like as far as what we did, I really feel like we drafted for right now. Um, Ron didn't really chance it. Everybody thinks he's walking on eggshells. You know, he has to go win 17 and a half games to keep his job. When, if you've watched any of my other videos, that's not, I don't believe that at all. But at the end of the day, I feel like he did draft for right now. One of the tales that would have told me, you know, we're drafting for the future if we would have went O line first overall pick at 16, more specifically a tackle, because like I said in other videos, I believe Wiley is here specifically first and foremost to play right tackle. Maybe if we would have got Darnell Wright, he would have slapped down the guard, or one of the two would have played left tackle to start out for us, and we would have got rid of Leno. Um, I felt like that wasn't what we needed to do, especially going with a young quarterback. I didn't want to have a young quarterback blindside be protected by also a young left tackle or even Wiley when we don't know Wiley as a left tackle. So that's why I feel like we drafted for right now. And when I say right now, I mean right now. If Forbes and Quan can understand the defensive playbook and grasp what it takes as far as the calls and things of that nature that we're going to ask of them for defense. I'm talking about day one starters. I wouldn't be surprised if you know the veteran starts over Quan to begin with, Quan Martin to begin with. I wouldn't be surprised at all. Just based off the fact that they'll pretty much be starting with a leg up. But as far as Forbes on the outside, as Forbes is out there day one on the outside, I have all the confidence in the world that he'll be able to know the calls. He'll know what's expected of him. Like he said, playing Mississippi State, he was well versed in zone and man and different types of zone, which we're gonna throw at opposing teams this year. So I have no doubts that he'll be able to fill in quickly. And with Martin, I feel like that as well. I feel like he'll beat some veteran out for that nickel spot or maybe even one of the safety positions. Um, so we really drafted for right now, and that was one of the questions I was asking myself because you know I wanted to see what the team felt like needed to be done at 16 and 47. And also in a sense with 97 as well, because I feel like Stromberg isn't just going to be the second string center to Nick Gates with Chase Roulier being cut today. I don't feel like Stromberg is just a second string center. I feel like he can get in there and compete. And if he shows the ability to grasp, you know, the playbook and the calls and things of that nature, and also take control of that line and make sure everybody knows what the call is, if he shows the ability to do that, Nick Gates may not see the field at center, and I would not be surprised about that. And I would be ecstatic about it because, you know, that we made a third round pick that's capable of starting day one. It wouldn't be good from the sense of, you know, we signed a guy to come in and play center for us and he gets beat out by the third round pick. But at the end of the day, if that's what happens, that's what happens. I wouldn't be mad with it at all. Competition is builds up strength anyway. I mean, if Nick Gates sees that this young dude is coming in, he's balling, you know, that may make him go to another level. So I feel like our first three picks definitely were right now type of picks. And some picks that would have told me, you know, we're building for the future, expecting for EB to be here and to run this offense was maybe a tight end, maybe a running back pick. I heard we were interested in Gibbs, so maybe we actually find a trade back partner and take Gibbs in the first round, or we even take Gibbs at 16. I would not have been surprised if we took Gibbs at 16. Um, Now looking back at it, I may have been surprised in the moment, but now looking back at it, I wouldn't have been surprised at all if Gibbs slides to us at 16 and we take him. And that would have said a lot about EB's presence on his coaching staff. But it seems like, he allowed Ron to, dictate where we go early from the standpoint of them having an understanding, that we aren't that far away. I think EB came in here with the mindset like Ron, we have the tools on offense to succeed. We don't have to reach in the draft for anything offensively, whether that's a lineman, whether that's a tight end. We don't have to reach it for anything early. If it's there, we'll take it, but we don't have to reach for anything. And he came in here with that understanding that we're not far away, and I believe that as well. We are not a team that's far away. We were pretty much 1 point away from overtaking the Giants to beat them that one game before the bye. And then we double back and score, 12 points after the bye, which is, I still don't understand to this point. And that's something I don't see happening with EB here. It's just, our weakness may have been our line, but our scheme didn't protect that. I mean, if you have a clear weakness, protect the weakness. In my humble opinion, I'm not a coach. I'm not a player. I'm not any of that. I'm just a fanatic observer, to say the least. But Scott Turner just didn't protect our weak points, and he didn't help Wentz by. And I give Wentz some of the blame too, but the 7 step drops and just holding the ball way too long and not getting in the rhythm. And I feel like EB can overtake that. And we didn't need to draft for the future, or we didn't even need early offensive picks. I wouldn't be surprised if EB just told Ron, like, look, Ron, what do we need on defense? What can take this defense to the next level? Because this trash offense that it looks like we have, it's not that. And we can take it to another level if just because EB's here is going to go up. So I wouldn't be surprised if they had a conversation like, look, bolster the defense, improve the defense. What's on the defense that we need to improve the most? Secondary, okay. If these guys are here, go get them. That guy's here, go get them. If they're not here, this is what we're going to pivot to. But I feel like we drafted for right now to win right now, especially with our top picks. Stromberg, I can see him starting center day one. Um, and the two DBs, I really expect them to make an early impact. I really expect our secondary to be something special, especially with the line that we have up front and two bookends that are going to be playing for a bag, as it seems. Um, so I just wanted to discuss, whether I thought prior to the draft, whether we were going to go future or present. I was kind of mixed. Now it looks as if we went for the present, and I'm looking forward to it. So the big dub for this video is our secondary. That's one of the things I really feel like we've been lacking, and our defense has been somewhat good for the last few years. But we can always bounce back and say, our secondary is weak. They're missing something. They're weak. What is it? You can't say that anymore. I don't feel like you can say that. Even if they start a little slow, I feel like once that secondary catches up, we're gonna have a nasty defense. We're gonna have a nasty defense, and the little dub goes to um, and the little dub goes to Jack Del Rio. I mean, Jack Del Rio has weapons at his dispense. Uh, he'll use them. I'm sure of that. And we're gonna have a great, great defense. And with EB being here and he knowing exactly what we have, and him drawing up a game plan to use all of these weapons that we have at our disposal, our offense is only going to be better. Imagine us, instead of averaging 18 points, to going to averaging 21. Just that 3 point, we may win one or two more games if we average three more points. God forbid it goes to 4 or 5. I'm not expecting us to improve by a touchdown, but a field goal, is that asking too much? A field goal. If we go from 18 points a game to 22 points a game, we can potentially go from wherever that 18 was all the way up to 14. And with our defense, we're a playoff team if we average 22 points a game. We're a playoff team without a question. And we have a lot of people in the building that realizes, we have what it takes to at least compete. We may have what it takes to make the playoffs. And once you get in the playoffs, anything can happen. Anything can happen. So the little dub goes to Jack Del Rio and having the opportunity to be creative with his defense and having a hungry defense and it being something that we can build off. Whether our offense feeds off our defense or our defense feeds off our offense, we're going to be a special team this year. I really believe it. We're going to be a special, special team. A lot of playmakers, and we're going to make some plays. It's going to be a fun season. It's going to be a very fun season. So thanks for watching. There's A1 here at the Big Dub Network. Remember to strive for the W's and just learn from your L's. Until next time, peace.